What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Please excuse me for my echo. I'm in an office that's kind of big, so you might hear an echo during this video. But breaking news: it's a wrap for Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn in the United States. The PBC and Al Haymon have just, in a double whammy, knocked the ball so far out of the park that there is no way that Matchroom Boxing USA or Top Rank are going to be able to compete with what these guys have. Now, before I get into the details of it, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you to everybody that listens to the videos. I put ads in the videos, and that's because we're raising money for a specific cause. And that's how the channel generates revenue. So we put the ads in there. I appreciate your patience and your support. Also, I want to thank everybody that donates to the channel and a Patreon, Venmo, and the Super Chats. And also, again, shout out to 78 Sports TV. Really looking forward to the Super Chat Challenge on this channel when he comes back in mid-October. Now, let me ask you a question before I go into this. How many weeks are there in a year? How many weeks are there in a calendar year? The answer is 52. So let me do a little math for you before I go into what I'm going to say. What is 30 plus 10 plus 12? What is 30 plus 10 plus 12? It is 52. How many weeks in a year? 52. What is 30 plus 10 plus 12? It's 52. So, why am I sharing with these numbers? Why am I sharing these numbers with you? Because that's how many fight dates the PBC has for 2019. Showtime agreed to at least 30 for the year 2019. 30. Fox has an agreement with the PBC that calls for 10, with at least another 12 shows on Fox Sports 1. And it is added, that's to be added to Showtime's existing budget, which is estimated at over $60 million. Let me read this paragraph. PBC and Fox have finalized a long-term deal for fights to appear on Fox Sports, on Fox and FS1 with an annual boxing budget that eclipses $60 million. Multiple sources told The Ring. The deal, which will be announced Tuesday, will kick off in December. The agreement calls for 10 championship-level fights on Fox, with at least 12 shows on FS1. That to be added to Showtime's existing budget, also estimated at $60 million. So, what is that budget? That's a $120 million budget, right? Now, Eddie Hearn, who runs UK-based promotional company Matchroom, recently announced a widespread deal with the online streaming service Dazn is estimated to have an annual budget of $25 million. Between, an industry source says, between Showtime, Fox, and Fox, PBC will have a bigger pool of budget money than any other promoter in boxing, including Eddie Hearn and Dazn. Now, add the fact that they now have a bigger budget between the three channels, between Showtime, Fox Sports 1, and Fox. Add to it that they already have the fighters. They already have the fighters. How is Eddie Hearn going to steal PBC fighters away from Showtime and Fox Sports 1, which already has a consumer, already has subscribers, which already has will expose them to US fight fans. And why did I go through these numbers? Because it's not accidental. It is a clear shot message to loudmouth Eddie Hearn that he ain't running nothing over here. We got the fighters, PBC, not me. PBC has the fighters, PBC has the money, and PBC has 3 distribution networks in the United States. 3 distribution outlets, rather, because Fox could be 1. Showtime, Fox Sports 1, and Fox. And they can put a fight on every week of the year, which means that if Eddie Hearn and Dazn put on a show on Dazn, it can be and most likely will be counter-programmed by something from the PBC. Showtime, Fox, and FS1, and this is what I find so incredibly ironic about it. If you remember, the thing about Fox Sports 1 is that this is the payoff to a model that Al Haymon was trying to sell, where he bought time on Fox, he bought time on CBS and NBC, hoping that they would see the value in it and turn around and pay licensing fees. That's what his vision was. But it seemed like nothing was going to happen with that. Now, because Dazn and these guys are trying to compete against ESPN, they're trying to compete against Showtime, they're trying to compete against HBO, they say, well, hey man, I'm willing to go in. Let me throw a couple extra pennies on top of this pile and make sure that these guys cannot compete with us. Man, it is checkmate. There's no way that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom can get out of this. Cannot get out of it. Eddie Hearn, probably by this time next year, will tuck his tail and head back to the UK. He has no fighters. He had a bunch of money. Now, here's the thing. Did you notice that Eddie Hearn has not been able to win a purse bid? He can't win a purse bid. The PBC has more money. They have more fighters, and they have more fight dates than Matchroom USA. Eddie Hearn talked himself into a hole, and Al Haymon, the PBC, Showtime Sports, all colluded to put their boot in his backside and embarrass him. This is absolutely and positively the end of any notion of I cannot wait to hear how Eddie Hearn is going to spend this. I can't wait. What is he going to say? Oh, well, once they realize that they don't have the dates. Hey, Eddie, they've got the dates. They've got they have 12 championship level or 10 championship level fights on Fox. They have another 30 dates on Showtime and at least 12 on Fox Sports 1. How are you going to beat that, man? And I'm laughing, man. If you would have came over here trying to work with somebody, try to partner with somebody that's already here, maybe this could have been avoided. Maybe the humiliation could have been avoided. Because now what is Dazn going to do? Pour more money into it? Because if Dazn tries to pour more money into it, the only thing that's going to happen is that Showtime, CBS, Fox, or will pour even more money into it because they just did just enough to beat them out. Just enough to beat them out. And I know some people are going to say it's estimated, it's 60 and 60, 160 and 160 that's $120 million. Eddie Hearn said he has $125 million a year. Well, that's Eddie Hearn talking, so that's a bit of an exaggeration. But I don't think even if all that 125 was for the U.S., who are these guys going to fight? What about the product? How are they going to match the product that PBC is putting out? Like I'm telling you, man, I had to stop. I don't even have the ability to go into a smaller room in my house, so I don't have the echo. Hopefully I can work it where the echo doesn't, can be eliminated from this video. But I just thought, that this is, man, it's just hilarious, man. Said it was only last week that Showtime announced a new 3-year deal with PBC, Haymon stable of fighters, which totals over 160. It's not just the biggest group of fighters in the sport, but the best. The two boxers on ring pound for pound list, and at least 20 at the elite level of the sport. I do believe they've got 11 or 14 world champions. Dude, it's just a wrap, man. Eddie Hearn, how are you gonna pinch him now, man? That's why you had Adrian Bronner laughing at him. Mikey Garcia ain't going anywhere. Eddie Hearn, Deontay Wilder, they came up with more money to offer Anthony Joshua than Eddie Hearn can. Eddie Hearn can't even win a purse bid. But, hey, man, I hope that you don't consider me to be a xenophobe, but I've been following this, and I have nothing against the UK. But, man, you can't just come over here talking about you taking over boxing in the U.S. and you just going to try to rob the PBC of their fighters because you negotiated a good deal. All that did was Al Haymon, the PBC, Steven Espinosa said, okay, I see you one, I raise you two. Now, try to beat that. And he won't be able to beat it. And like I said, within a year, 2 years tops, I'm going to do like people predicted about the PBC. Matchroom Boxing USA will be a marginal co-promoter at best, if not locking up their doors and going home, especially if Anthony Joshua loses. They are hanging on by a thread. And it's all Eddie Hearn's fault because he's a jerk. He probably could have came and did something, just partnered with people, kept being honest with Showtime, who represented and allowed, access to Anthony Joshua's name. He promoted Anthony Joshua, and they turned around and just, got Hollywood. But anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.